Good morning. Good morning. Tamika, how are you doing? Welcome in. Welcome in. Thank you all for coming. I decided to get out and walk this morning a little later. It is 56 degrees in my corner of the world. So I decided to get out and walk a little bit. Greetings, everybody. Everybody, welcome in. I may not see everybody. It is really, really bright out here, and I may not see you all, but you're welcome here. If this is your first or second, you are welcome. You already know you're welcome. It is nice and brisk out this morning. Let's see. I'm going to stop and see if I can see. Hi, DJ. Hello, the OK Lounge with Gwen Michelle. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you all for being here. Just want to show you some things out here this morning as I walk. Ooh, y'all, here, the wind blowing. It's a beautiful day. Really, really nice. I couldn't walk early this morning, so I just decided after it warmed up, I would just come out here and get some steps in. And y'all, I showed you the other day or other week the new straw that they put down. Here it is. It looks good. Happy to see it because y'all know these HOAs be charging. So I would like to see what some of the things are is being done with the funds. I do see some things, but I know the new straw is changing of the straw is one thing that we pay for or pay toward. So it's looking good. Happy about that. Y'all can see it's a beautiful day. Sun is shining. I thank you all for being here, taking time away from your busy schedules, your busy days, your work time, or whatever, to come out here and be relaxed and be re-energized with me. I don't take it for granted when you come out here with me or when you support my channel because you don't have to. You don't have to do that. There are many other content creators that you can be connected with and watching their content. So I appreciate you all. So I didn't know which way I would go this morning. I thought I would go one way, but I was directed to come another. So we're going to the pond. We haven't been there in a while, so we're going to see what's happening out here. I've been seeing others walking bundled up with gloves and hats and coats early in the morning, but I just can't do it like that every morning. I can do it sometimes, but not every morning. Let's see what's going on right here this morning. Y'all look how bright and pretty it is out here. So pretty. Well, oh, there are a few geese here, and I didn't bring any feed. They're looking. Y'all see them? Hi, Tim. She-Ray, how are you doing? Thank you for coming. Thank you, Spirit in the Sky Blue. I am happy to see all of you. Hey, the Word. How you doing, the Word? Thank you all for coming out here. Y'all know I would rather be out here. Look how bright and pretty the sun is. I would rather be out here than be on a treadmill. I have been walking on the treadmill, but it's really not that much fun as getting out here in this sunshine, just looking at nature, all of the beauty out here. Tim, how are you doing? And I see you speaking to Sue. Welcome in, Sue. I didn't see you come in, but welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, Keisha. Happy Friday to you. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you all. Y'all know I'm going to touch a little bit, excuse me, and it's been in my spirit on anger. Ever since I went to that post office and had the encounter with that person, it's been in my spirit about being angry. As y'all know, for those of you that watched that video, when I went to pick up the package, I was angry. I was angry because of the unnecessary treatment that I got. It was uncalled for. I mean, would I, at my age, be coming there to claim a package, to steal a package from box 636, which is my box I had the key to? And when I show you my ID, because it doesn't have Patty's Kitchen on it, but it had part of my name on it, on my ID. It may not have had my last name, government name, but part of my name was on the package. And I'm coming in there with my key, and I can tell you where this package came from. I can give you the name of the person it was coming from, and you still treated me that way. As Frugal Mama said in that video, abuse of power. And I just think that's what it was. Just being, some people are just rude, unbearable, hard to get along with. I don't know what his issue was that day, but I wasn't his problem. But I know at the end of the day, it was still the enemy. So I was thinking about anger because I did get angry. And the Bible says, be angry, but don't sin. You can be angry, but don't sin. And my husband always loved the scripture that says, anger rests in the bosom of fools. And that is so true. That is so true. However, I maintained my composure. I was not irate with him. And after I bought my stamps, he finally gave me the package. But that man knew, he looked at the card. And Patty's Kitchen Garden and More is on my card because I added it on there more than a year ago. So I've never had a problem when something comes like that. As long as you have the key and you can open your box, if there's any question about it, that if all he had to do was put a card in my box and I had the key, see if I can open the box. If I can open the box, obviously it's my box, it's my package. But I'm not going to dwell too much on it. And I always say and know, everything happens with a reason, for a reason, for a purpose. And I realized that I don't know all of the purpose that it happened for, but I do know one thing. It's a message to be kind to others. Be kind. My mom always said it doesn't cost anything to be kind. So we must be mindful how we treat others, especially without a cause. And there was no reason for that. But if we're angry, let's not go all off. As the Bible says, be angry but don't sin, or sin not, because anger rests in the bosom of fools. Why walk around angry with anybody for any reason? And the look on his face, his whole demeanor was just ugly. And I could have said some things to him. I could have gotten out of character, but why? He wasn't worth it. And the situation wasn't worth it. Because if he decided he didn't want me to get the package, well, oh well, I just don't get the package. But all of that was unnecessary. So I was thinking about that, and I started to do a whole live on anger, and I still might, aside from this, but I just wanted to touch on that right now. Okay, Melanina says, uh, masks are coming off. Yes, the masks are coming off. And we can talk, but we got to walk that walk. We can talk a good game, and so many people do talk good games, but the masks do fly off. They do come off because the walk does not align with the talk. So we don't have to talk it, just walk it. Walk it how you walk it. Let me see if I can get some comments. The devil will yes, the devil comes to test you. That's absolutely correct. Hey Nate, happy to see you. Fruga Mama, thanks for being here. Thank you all for being here. Tamika, Melanini, Nate, Gwen Michelle, Frank G. Hey Frank, how are you doing? Yeah, we will have trials and tests and tribulations, Frank, all of that. Yes, we will have that. So we can't, hey baby Nate, we will have all of that. But fret not, those evil doers, fret not. And y'all, I'm just out here enjoying the weather. It's pleasant, it's 56, a little breezy, but it's a beautiful, beautiful day. And you can hear the water coming from the waterfall. I could just put a lounger out here and just sit here. And Gwen Michelle, I know you could get your pad and pen and just sit out here by the waters and write. Lisa J. Scott Stocks, welcome here. Trying to see the whole chat. Grow Big TV, thank you for coming. And as I said, if this is your first or second time, you are welcome, welcome, welcome. And do come back again. I have been walking on a regular before it got as cool as it is. I've been walking like 7:45 a.m. Central Standard Time, but it got so cold, like in the 30s at night, in the 40s early in the mornings with wind. So that is the reason why I kind of fell back a little bit from my walking, but I'll get back on it as soon as I can. And when I can, I may flip flop with my times to get out here, to be out here. Yeah, you're right. Uh, You're right, Gwen, as long as it's not too cold. Yeah. I can stand some cold, but I can't do a lot cold, cold, cold. And Tim says, I don't blame you, Miss Patty. I would, yeah, a chair. Uh huh. Yes, it is nice out here right now. I mean, it is so tranquil. The children may be out of school. Well, today may be the last day, but my grandson has been out for more than a week, I believe, because he was exempt. Um, he had all A's and a B, so he was exempt. He had, from coming to school, he had all his tests done and everything. So he hasn't been to school in a whole week. But I think the rest of the children, today may be the last day. So, yes. Yes, I bet Cammy would. She would have a long way to run. Look, all the way around over there by the woods. She could do a lot of exploring, and I'm taking you all around the pond. She would have a long, wide area to run all along the sidewalk and back around again. Yeah, she would enjoy this. A few times I have walked on the backside over there, but I don't go out there all the time. Today is the last day of your grandchildren. To Tracy. Oh, Tracy, how are you doing? Tracy Anderson. Loving me, Tracy Anderson. Yes, today is the last day of school. Joshua, how are you doing? Welcome in, everybody. Anybody that I have missed, I'm sorry. Didn't intend to, but trying to watch my surroundings. Y'all know we have to stay woke. We have to be aware and pay attention to our surroundings. So I have to watch as well as out here walking and talking. We have to be mindful of our surroundings wherever we go. Yes, we do. I know one time I went to a grocery store and this man tapped on my window and I had already gotten in the car and locked the door and I was looking at my receipt from my purchases. This man came up and tapped on my window and was making signs for me to roll down my window. Of course I didn't. And I just started the car and started backing out. And he went on. He went in the store. I wasn't even trying to find out because I had no fear of him. It was daytime and my car was locked, so I didn't fear him doing anything because I had locked the door and I, just went on and started the car and left. But I don't know what he wanted and I couldn't find out. He went on in the store. He wasn't nasty, dirty. He was groomed and had a mask on. This has been several months ago, but I didn't um I didn't entertain that because y'all know the devil comes in many forms and he is not this red horned being with a pitchfork. He's walking around on two legs seeking whom he may devour. So I don't know what they're throwing out there to the geese. They're throwing something out. He's picking up stuff off the ground, straw and reeds or whatever. Y'all, I've been saying I'm going to get some feed, but I really am. I ran out. So I I noticed they're coming back. They were gone for the summer. They left and they went to another pond, and they're back now. So I'm gonna have to get some more feed. Now don't let that baby get too close to that water. Mm, mind your own business. Mind your business, as Fisher Jamie say. Mind your business. Oh goodness. Okay, let's get some more steps in, and we may come back to the pond, but we're going to get some more steps in. I just enjoy being near the pond, though. Good morning. Such a beautiful day. Just getting these steps in and getting some vitamin D as well. Okay, he's looking, coming to me. They probably still remember how I used to throw feed out here uh, before they left the pond. Sorry, I don't have anything, but I am going to that feed store and get something because I hate for them to be wanting some feed and I don't have any to give. And I've been giving them. Yeah, that's what people say, Gwen, that they will attack. But I've never had one so far, but I keep my eyes on them. I've never had one to act like he was wanted to attack. They would they attack each other. I've seen them attack each other, but the ducks are very, very calm. They don't do all of that. But the geese, they are very aggressive. I've noticed that about them. I don't trust them, but I kind of keep my eyes on them, and yeah, but they're very aggressive toward each other. Sometimes when I feed, they will run. Two or three might run down one. Don't want that one to get any feed. I mean, they want to just very territorial, like it's mine, it's mine. Don't come over here. And then I go and put a pile somewhere else. Then they come run to that pile, guarding it. So, yeah, they are very aggressive, just like humans, just like some humans, want it all for self, don't want to share with anyone else. Good analogy. Very aggressive. hmm So we are going to walk down here and see some other stuff. There's another pond down here. I don't go to that one too much, but I have taken you there. I know I've missed some comments. Please forgive me. I always miss comments. I always miss speaking to people. I don't see everything. Okay, Josh was saying we need feed with these people in the shelter. They giving food like a baby by my own food, not in carrot. Okay. Yes, Joshua, I too pray you can find a permanent home and you can do your own cooking and do your own thing. I pray you be blessed with a nice home place to reside by the end of the year at least. If not the end of the year, at least the first of the year. I pray you can get a place, you and your family, because I would imagine that's hard trying to live in a place like that. But one thing you can be grateful for, you're not out in the elements. It's a roof over your head. It may not be the best, but it's still a blessing that you can at least have a roof over your head. Y'all, I got this cap on my head and it feels mighty fine with the wind blowing. Nice palm tree. We're going to walk for a couple more minutes to get a few more steps in, and then we will call it a day. Y'all know I've told you that I got away from eating beef. Haven't eaten beef in a long, long time. But y'all, I am so tired of chicken. I thought about going to the fish market, and I still may go before the day is out and get some flounder. But I said, I haven't had any beef in a long while. But yesterday, I bought a ribeye steak, not a big one. And I said, I am going to cook this and enjoy. I probably won't do beef for another long, long time. Gotten away from it. But it was tempting, y'all. And I said, well, what the heck? I'm going on and get it. I had my colonoscopy and I'm fine. I won't overdo this beef because at one time I was just always buying ribeye. Say that's my favorite, ribeye or T-bone and or rib roast. I love rib roast. They are so good, so tender. So I said, and I told my grandson, I said, you know what? I want to cook a roast. He said, Mama, just go on and cook the roast with some potatoes and carrots. Go on and cook the roast. But I didn't get a roast. I just said, well, but I said, I'm getting this steak today. So that was yesterday. And I think I am going to sear it and make me a little gravy and some rice and kick back. And I hope it doesn't make me sick because I haven't eaten beef in a long, long time. And usually when you don't eat something for a long time and you go back to it, well, for me, it makes me not feel good. Okay. Hi, Nikki. I didn't see you come in. Yes, it's the best steak. Chocolate drop. Hey, Nixie, how you doing? Hey, Prayer and Couple Cooking Series. Welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you, Nikki, for dropping links. I appreciate you. Yeah, Porterhouse too. Yes, that's a good cut. as well. Miss T with the T, how are you doing? Welcome in. Thank you for coming. We're just out here getting some steps in and just left the pond, looking around the pond, and now we're out here just getting a few steps in because I haven't been able to get out here very early in the mornings. It'd be so cold. Well, it may not be in the teens, but for me, 30 and 40, that's cold, even where I live, because we're not used to it. And last winter, we got down in the teens, a big freeze, and that's when people lost a lot of their garden, because I lost my garden. I had some of the prettiest, but they were so young, some of the prettiest spinach, pretty and green. And I love spinach. So I couldn't wait. I said, ooh, I wish they were a little, just a little bigger, and I would harvest them. And I didn't. I covered them up, covered everything up with plastic, and I lost that spinach. And it was so pretty. And I know I dropped too many seeds because the planter was full. Lost that spinach, and I have tried twice since I lost that spinach to grow some more on the patio. I tried this spring, and I just can't get it to grow. It died. It just, and I said, will I ever be able to get some spinach like that I had coming up that day, that season rather? So I don't know. I'm gonna try again. And I think Tyler and well, I know I've already told him we got to get this raised bed put together, and I'll do an unboxing on it and show you guys what I got here. I don't know how long it's going to be. I call myself getting a 6 foot long, I think it is. And I don't know. We'll just have to see when we get it put together. And if that's the right size that I want, then I'll order another one. But I didn't want to order two until I see what this one looks like. So, and if so, I need to go and order because they might be a little cheaper right now on sale. I thank you all for being here. Miss V, hi Miss V, Woman Outdoors, how are you doing? Welcome in. Just out here walking, y'all, walking and talking. And just showing you the beauty of what it's looking like out here. It's so pretty. Y'all, I had some snacks for the garbage collectors, and I missed them. They slipped by. I had some Pringles and some fruited water, and I had some regular water for them. And I missed them. I missed them this morning. So when I looked out, and I didn't even hear them, they had already been. I said, oh goodness, I missed them. So hopefully they'll come back on Tuesday. Hopefully I won't miss them when they come back, because I'll just keep those snacks in the pantry waiting for them when they come back. I love the colors of the autumn trees. So pretty. Hey, Young Riz, how are you doing? So happy to see you, Shantirement. Happy to see all of you. Thank you for walking with me, looking at the beauty out here. The sun is shining so bright and pretty. The sky is so pretty as well. Beautiful trees. Y'all see all of it? And look at that sun up there. It looks like a jet went through the sky because you know how you see that long line? And they would always say that's a jet. You see that long line in the sky? That's what I'm seeing. Now he's barking, a little thing, barking and wagging his tail at the same time, but he's behind the gate. So cutie. Okay, I took you on one end of the island. I'm going to show you this other end. I love it. It has a lot of the moss trees, the crepe myrtles. I'm just checking out things. They put down some new straw, which I am well pleased with. FedEx is running, getting those packages out. Okay, let's see. This is another end of the island. See how pretty it is, y'all? And look at those beautiful moss trees. Look at that moss hanging. So pretty. Hi, Rook. Thanks for coming. How are you doing? Okay. Look. Y'all see these beautiful trees out here? Nice, fresh straw. Aren't those trees so pretty? Look at that. And that's a cute little magnolia tree. We go a little closer. Okay, did you ask a question? I didn't even see it, Nikki. That's okay. Let's see. No worries. Drop your own link, Nikki, if you can. Drop your link. Y'all see this beautiful magnolia? So pretty. And I love the blossoms and the smell they give. Okay, you see moss has dropped from these trees here. And they have dropped in the magnolia trees. Look at that. Dropped in that tree. This moss is flying everywhere. I guess it's the Spanish moss. Oh, and that's a pecan tree though, because look at the pecans. Y'all see the pecan? Let's see, we used to have a pecan tree in our yard. Let me see if I can zoom in on. We used to have a pecan tree in our yard. There it is. See those two pecans up there? We used to have a pecan tree in our yard. And that thing, the squirrels would eat up the pecans, and I never saw it bearing anything. And it's something I've never heard of, and I don't know if any of you have. My mother-in-law would say, y'all need to get a belt and beat that tree. I guess that's what they did in the country. I don't know. I had never heard of that. Y'all get a belt and beat that tree to make it bear pecans. I'm trying to see, did anybody do that or not? I can't remember. Beat the tree with the belt. Renee's Secret Garden, I see Nikki has dropped your link. Thank you for coming. But you see moss has fallen all in the magnolia tree. Moss is everywhere. Look at that one. But it's pretty. So pretty. Mm. As I said, this is another part of the island. See the crepe myrtles aligned along the fence. Mm, pretty, pretty, pretty. And we have them on this side of the entrance as well. And this is a nice, I think it's a cedar tree. So pretty. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I love the beautiful trees. It's a cedar. I just love the beautiful trees. Now we're almost at the end of the island. As you can see, the cars are passing by out there. Beautiful, beautiful trees. Beautiful trees. I'm not going any further, but you can see how pretty it is out here. Vehicles coming and going. It's a steady flow of traffic. Birds are flying, chirping. I know y'all probably hear them. I didn't plan to stay out here any longer than 15 or 20 minutes, but I got to showing you all these things out here, all of this beauty and nature and stuff, and the time just slipped on away. I'm going and do some laundry. When I finish, I started before I came out. Let's see if I can read some comments. Okay, thank you, Keisha. Try with my tomato. I have some tomatoes coming out. Roll up a paper, a magazine, gently tap your tomato. Okay, okay, thank you, Renee. I have some, when it got cold, it looks like the tomatoes wanted to do something. I have maybe 3 or 4 tomatoes. Y'all look at this ant mound. We need to consider the ways of the ant. Look, I want you guys to see. Look at them. Look how busy they are. Y'all see this? Look. Look how busy. Y'all see that? It amazes me to watch them work, carrying food, working together. Look at that. I want y'all to get a good look. See, I disturbed them when I put my foot on them. Y'all see the ants? And we have mounds all through this island. I had a couple to come up in my yard. We have had them before in the yard, and I would get those granules and put them down, sprinkle them down, and it would get rid of them. Now I see I have at least 2 more coming up in my yard, 2 or 3 more that I'm gonna have to take care of. Yes. Lots and lots of traffic, but quiet. The leaves are falling. A lot of them. It seems like everybody, almost everybody, walked early this morning. I guess they be getting it out of the way, but I just couldn't. It was too cold for me. I really do thank all of you for spending time with me, any amount of time that you spent. I appreciate you so much. I am grateful for all of you. I really am. All of your support. When I say all, 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 I don't care. Every gift, every membership, every super chat and sticker, every thumbs up, every minute you watch, replay, team, I appreciate you as well. I appreciate everybody. And when I say it, it's from my heart. I appreciate because you don't owe me anything. You don't owe me not one thing. The goodness of your heart, the goodness that you've shown toward me with your money, and you didn't have to. You didn't have to do that, but you did it, and I appreciate it. Sometimes these young people get it all twisted. They act like they're privileged. They act like you owe them something. But when they learn that you don't owe them anything, owe no man nothing but love. That's it. That's it. That's all. Owe no man nothing but to love him. When I was working, this lady that I had worked with for quite a while had a son, and her husband was a medical doctor, and she had been a social worker. They had 2 children, and her son would always come to the job and get money. And one day she said to me, I am so sick and tired of him. He's gonna have to do better. He acts like he thinks the world owes him something. He acts like he is entitled. She said, and I'm tired of him. And she asked me, he was around the age of my oldest daughter. And my daughter she had already completed college and she was working. And she asked me to ask my daughter if they needed any more help on the job where she was. I mean, it was not funny, but it was sad, and I understood what she was saying. He had to realize that he was not entitled and didn't want to work. So he finally got it together, and she was so proud. He got it together, and he started working from home. And ooh, this has been probably, let's see, maybe I will say probably 16, 17, maybe 18 years ago. Maybe that long ago, at least 18 years. And he got it together. He started working from home. He works with IT, smart guy. And he got married, and he and his family moved uh, away. They moved to the Midwest. And he is doing well. The last I heard, he's still in the Midwest. They have 2 children, and he's still on that job, and he's doing well. You know, sometimes young people have to find themselves like the prodigal son. Sometimes you get out there, you slop around in the pig pen, but you get tired eventually and come to your senses. So that happened to him, and that was a good story. But he was really, really giving his mama fits. She would be so mad, but she would always give him the money. But she expressed how tired she was of him. And I really understood. I really understood. She said, I'm tired of that boy. He was young. He was in his 20s, early 20s, and he was fully grown. And so I understand her frustration. I understood her frustration. But as my husband would always say, you have to work with children sometimes. You have to work with them because everybody doesn't learn at the same time, the same pace, the same way. Sometimes he always said, sometimes it takes some children longer to learn than others. And that is so very true. So very true. I've seen it happening in my family, in others' families, in friends' families. We just have to have patience sometimes and show love, even when we don't want to. Okay. Hey, Wanda, you might have missed the pond. I don't know. Curvy Key, welcome in. I'm just walking and talking and missing all of the comments. Welcome in, all of you. Thank you for coming. Glad to see each and every one. Just walking and running my mouth, y'all. Talking about a little of this and a little of that. I'm so happy to be outside. Oh, I'm so happy to be outside. Yes, indeed. So happy to see all of you. I don't see too much decorations, but I do see some out here. It feels good. Feels good. Feels good. It's a lot of leaf raking. Gotta go on, as I know in my house, I've got some leaves to rake too. Hey, Wanda, you remember when Tyler was asking for more days at work? And he got those. He got 2 extra days. He worked those days for a while. And when he discovered all of the work he had to do at school and the extracurricular activities at school that he wanted to be part of, then he had to ask the lady to cut his days back to 2 days a week. So sometimes we can ask for something that we can't handle or that we don't need. So she cut him back. She said she needed somebody to work more. And I told Tyler, don't worry. If she finds somebody else, oh well, whatever. It is what it is. Don't fret. It happened for a reason. But she didn't. She didn't find anybody else. She kept him on. She may have hired somebody else, but she kept him too. And as I told y'all before, it is a tutoring service. And I wasn't aware that they tutor high school students, but they tutor pre-K through high school. So, yeah, it's busy around there. Quite expensive too for that service. And the lady who owns and runs the service was a teacher. I don't think she retired. I think she worked for so many years as a teacher. And then she opened up that business. Yes, thank you, Wanda. It worked out. It worked out just fine. Unique Speaks, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Awesome, he's a part of a service to help others. Yes, and he likes it. He really likes it. Sometimes he will talk about how she can be overbearing and I'm going to find another job. I said, look, you go to another job, everything is not going to be peaches and cream no matter where you work. And if God has placed you in that position, don't pay her any attention. Be respectful to her and don't worry about what she's saying. You know, that's how she talks to everybody. I think he says she's Indian. And I said, don't worry about that. Do your job. Do what you know you need to do. And don't worry about her. I say, but don't let the devil trick you out of that job because you don't work on weekends. Sometimes if she's doing something, moving furniture around, reorganizing, she will ask them to come in on a Saturday, even a Sunday evening. She has done it. So he has worked on a Sunday for a few hours, and he has worked on a Saturday. So I say, if you go somewhere flipping burgers, baby, if you're not fast enough, you're going to be cussed out. Employees going to be hot. Supervisor's going to be mad. It's a rush thing. So you better think about all of that before you talk about leaving. And so he calmed down. Hey, Annabelle, welcome in. I didn't see you come in. I see Unique is speaking to you. Ooh, y'all, I smell something out here. Somebody's cooking something that smells like sausage or something, but it's smelling mighty good. Yes, right, Unique. Yes, so, and don't get me wrong now. It's nothing wrong with flipping burgers. Nothing at all. It's good, honest work. Nothing is wrong with that. But I was just telling him, will you be able to handle that? You're talking about how she talks and how she says one thing and then she'll change and say something else. I say, you're talking about that. But when you go on some of these jobs, it's rush, rush, rush. You're on your feet. You're running around, scrambling around, trying to get this food right. If the order is not right, you're getting cussed out by customers. You're getting cussed out by other fellow employees, fussed at by the. I said that's a lot of pressure you don't need. You don't need that type of pressure. That's right, Unique. Every job comes with pros and cons. And thank you so much, Nikki, for dropping links. And so sometimes we just have to let these children know. We have to tell them the straight facts. The straight facts. I said, I bet some of those other high school students wished they could work there and work 4 days a week. Sometimes she's overbearing about the time. She knows what time they get out of school. Sometimes he rides the bus. The bus is a little later than usual sometimes. Sometimes he get picked up and then she fusses at them because they're not there at 3:30. Well, sometimes it's impossible to be there at 3:30 by the time you get off that bus, or even by the time school is out, you get picked up, you got to run home, change clothes, do some personal things, get a bite to eat, and it may be 3:45. Though he doesn't live far from where he's working. That's another convenience. But it takes, I'll say, 5 minutes, if 5 minutes, to get from his house or my house to where he works. Maybe 5 minutes, and maybe not 5 minutes, depending on the traffic. So I say you have to take all this stuff in consideration because everything is not going to be perfect. Every job is not going to be perfect. I said, do you think I worked on a job for 40 years and everything was perfect, A-OK, number one? No. You go through things on jobs in life. I mean, this is just life. There are some things that are not fair. There are some things that don't make sense, but you do what you have to do because in the end, if you stick with it, if it's not the worst, it will pay off. It will pay off. And I'm glad I stuck with the job. Hey, Developing Mind, how are you doing? And I pray Eden is better, is well, and all of that. So they have to learn. You have to weigh your options. Like you said, Unique, pros and cons to everything. And, but we have to tell these children, we cannot say and agree, oh, I don't blame you. I wouldn't take this. I wouldn't take that. If you work on a job, you will take something that you don't like. I know. I worked on one job for 40 years, but I worked on another job before that for 3.5 years. And I worked other little jobs, throughout my life. So I know about jobs and people. You just sometimes have to take the bitter with the sweet and go on with it. hmm I'm glad she's doing great, Developing Mind. So happy. Because it's no fun when your baby is sick. Tyler's doing well, Joshua. My daughters are doing well as well. Yeah, so like the poetess says, life ain't been no crystal staircase. So everything will not be crystal. Everything will not be pretty. She Ray, thank you so much. You are an outstanding supporter. Thank you, Tamika Davis. You are an outstanding supporter. I appreciate supporters. I appreciate creators. I appreciate you all. Yes, Wanda, and I believe in just speaking straight from the shoulder, not saying that I'm right all the time, not saying that anybody has to agree with me all the time, but I speak it how I see it. Not saying it's always right now, because nobody is always right, but I just speak it how I see it and how it comes to me, how it's given to me. And we have to know that we all are different. We're unique and fearfully made by God. And we're not going to all see things eye to eye all the time. We're not going to always see things like another person because we're different. And just imagine if everybody thought the same, everybody had the same ideas. Just imagine what that, I can't even imagine what that would be like. If everything I said, you agree with me, and she agrees with me, and he agrees with me, and I may be just as wrong, but nobody to say, well, I don't see it that way. That would be so messed up. That would be so messed up. I thank you all for spending this time, and many of you I know work, and I thank you for even those that may be in the background in the woods and can't come out. I understand. I thank you for listening. I thank you for listening. And if you give that thumbs up, I thank you for that as well. If you can't come in, please give the thumbs up and listen from the woods. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, y'all see, I have made it to my patio and see what it's looking like back here. Some okra is trying to come up there, and a baby one here. And look at the basil, it is still pretty. The curly parsley is pretty. Now let me show you these tomatoes. It has taken a beating, but look at that baby tomato there. You see that? And I have seen more than one. Let's see if I can find another one. I've got to do something with this plant. But I have seen more than one. But I'm going to work with this garden this weekend and try to get some order here, some organization, try to get some stuff in this raised bed. But I have seen at least 3 like this one. So you see the peppers are coming through. Look at that. Yeah, so this is about it. My beans, you see how they're looking. But this one is not quite dead, I don't think. And this is the cabbage that's coming through. And I still have mustards coming through over there. So proud of my fig tree. It's doing great. So there it is. Okay, so this is all I have at the moment. And hopefully I can go out and walk again when it's pretty like this. And you can see some okra on that plant as well. So you all have a great day. Be blessed. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. And may the Lord makes his face to shine upon each and every one of you. Hello, Super Lady. Thank you for coming in. I don't remember seeing you before, but welcome here. Welcome here. And I hope I have said something that blessed somebody, because I always say if I say one thing at all that helps just one person, then I'm good with that. I am good with that. And as the saying goes and the song goes, then my living will not be in vain. If I can help one person along the way, my living will not be in vain. Super Lady, if first time chat, okay, thank you for coming. I appreciate you. Welcome in, Super Lady. Welcome in and do come again. I used to walk from 7:45 a.m. Central Standard Time, but after the weather started changing, I kind of cut back some, and then I will go out when it gets a little warmer and try to catch up. Well, try to catch up on my walking outdoors, but I never know. I move with the weather. It just depends on how the weather is. But anyway, please go back and look at the replay if you would like. I appreciate it. Thank you all for the thumbs up. Thank you for the time you spent here. Thank you for everything. And I will talk to you guys on the next one.